Testing, 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 testing. This is Tom Duty, middle-aged American. Testing, 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 testing. This is Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search from my sites. I'll be going through Instagram posts related to three Uber deliveries, and one visit to the Hoboken Greenlight Uber Center. So right here, this is my list for the Uber people. It's a fairly high pressured conversation. You wait in line to talk to these people. They're, it's a tech company. There's a sense of pressure. There's people waiting. And, I think it's safe to say this. I feel privileged to get the time of someone that is not only competent and trained, but also has experts responding at her fingertips. Julie, I think, is the woman I had most recently. I gave her a generous compliment on the feedback prompt. So here are the topics I had for Julie. Canada. So if I were to cross the border to Canada, listeners, I'm in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. What does that mean logistically? I could get it up very early morning, like 3 a.m., which is kind of not morning, it's kind of early, middle of the night. I could get on a very early bus, go to Montreal, and do deliveries in Canada. So how do I do that? Julie tells me I would need to get an additional Uber account. I would have to get my background checked by the Canadian Ubereats people. And then I could do that. Now, how would I get paid? In Canadian dollars or US dollars? Could I have it dropped into my US bank account? I don't think so, but maybe. Julie couldn't answer that either. Next topic is India. I have the good fortune of running a Facebook campaign. I got, maybe 100 likes on a target page. I spent a modest amount of money. Now, I've been deliberately being evasive about how much money I spent. But, a modest dinner for two, anywhere in the U.S. Would be about the amount of money I spent on this campaign. It wasn't necessarily big. I did get one friend out of it. I got about 100 likes in combination to the picture that was presented and the page. The page likes theoretically are more important because that means what comes to the page is now in the feed of these people. But that's theory and not reality. In theory, the one friend I got is more advanced step to registering using my code and earning me money for a referral. But that's not proven. There are more surprises with stuff like that than there are rules. However, I do earn a referral bonus if I were to get anyone. This campaign was targeted specifically Mumbai, India, which is at this moment the only Indian city that has Uber Eats. Many Indian cities have Uber, but this is the only Uber Eats. And I can earn, although it'd be substantially less, about maybe a third based on the economic disparity. However, I would earn money for getting an Uber person enrolled using my code. Bicycle transition distance. I found that I've had deliveries that have taken me from restaurant to customer about 4 miles. I'm told that it's 2 miles. Julie told me that indeed, she was told by another New Jersey Uber Eats bicyclist who was a college student unfamiliar with the area and had no idea that we had these things called Palisades. The shock, she is expecting 2 miles. All of a sudden, she got 4 miles and 150-foot vertical. Now, I faced the same thing, but to me, it wasn't unexpected. The hill was something I am familiar with, but she is new to the area and was local people can understand these Palisades are not, in addition to being hills, they are very steep hills, and 150-foot vertical is significant, especially over the short distance, especially unexpected. So anyways, I am one of 2 persons who has commented. My comment was clearly a comment and not a complaint, though Julie said she made note. Both my bicycle deliveries today were short. And finally, NYC, the same rule for NYC applies for Canada without the currency problem. I have to have a second account, and I have secured a person's code that I will use. I found him on YouTube. Bravo, amigo. Bravo. I just talked through that. I thought I had shared my screen. So you listeners, you were looking at this rather than the screen. So when I share the screen, I'll show you. That was a presentation error. Here we go. So sharing my screen coming up. Sharing, present to everyone. And share my screen. Oops. So here's the list I was talking from. Canada, India, bicycle distance limit. Let's see what I have next. Now this is really interesting. This was today. There's a promotion. It sends you to the screen and it says acceptance rate. Acceptance rate is too low. Completion rate is too low. Now I have reason to be hypersensitive to a low rating because of my history with having an account frozen with one of the on-demand companies I did before this. So to see the screen was alarming. So it's not that my acceptance rate is too low. It's that it's too low for this promotion. Now it says I accepted 90%. I know of none that I missed. But that's not to worry about. In completion rate, 60%. I've completed 100%. So that just seems plain wrong. But regardless, it doesn't matter. It's not my rating. It's how I measure against the promotion. This is a screen that shows elsewhere, Uber spams us just like, the people who tell me I won the South African lottery. However, theirs is more targeted. This is somewhere in the app that says you're currently missing a requirement. Oh, this sounds bad. And it sends me to this screen. This is irrelevant for me. I'm only doing a couple of deliveries a week. So these 2 screens might be important to some people. They're goals that are out of my reach the way I'm doing Uber Eats right now. This I think is interesting. This is when you get the alert, you got an Uber delivery. This is the screen that shows up. Interesting. This is a traditional Uber screen. This is the one I got today. I only had 2 deliveries today. One I got this, the other I got this. Every other thing that flowed from the delivery says they were exactly the same thing. This one and the traditional Uber alert. Weird. I don't know why they're different. It'll probably be a mystery forever because I've known about this difference prior to talking to Julie, and I forgot to ask her. So obviously it's not that important, but it is kind of weird. This is my one of 3 deliveries I'll be covering. 2 of the deliveries were today. 1 was not covered. So I did, there's my boost. So look at, I get 283 and I earned 483 total. Well, 240 was in boost. So without boost, I get $2, 2 and change for doing a delivery. You know, that the money paid on Uber Eats is just embarrassingly low. Boost makes it less embarrassing. I guess I did this one twice. I'm going back. Yeah, I did that one twice. I Instagrammed this one twice. So here's the map associated with it. I'll see if I can remember any details about this one. The red is 48. I forget what this was. I should know. Hang on. This was on Bergen Line. Oh, yeah, this was the last one I did today, the 3rd of 3 that I'm covering. And this was McDonald's. So people in cars, you don't have any reason to care about what I'm about to say, but people who are biking or walking, when you don't have a delivery, what do you do with yourself? Well, I have a bicycle and I do not carry a lock, so I need to stay with my bicycle and it's hot. So I go to McDonald's because McDonald's is new on the Uber thing. And I put my bike against a window and I go and sit on the ledge inside the restaurant. I get air conditioning. My bike is right there. I'm steps away from the door that gets me to my bike. And so this was awesome. So this is McDonald's. The green is McDonald's. And the red is the customer. His name was Alejandro. So, and again, I get almost $5 for doing this. I take McDonald's from here to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with no hill, no 150-foot vertical. Listeners, this is awesome. I made this observation recently. McDonald's occurs to me, there's a lot of McDonald's. So the distance from a restaurant to any person should not be very far. The same is not true for Popeyes. So Popeyes, you might have to go far. McDonald's, you shouldn't have to go far. So now I've got this time to burn. I got a bike with no lock. It's hot, air conditioning would be better than no air conditioning, so I go to McDonald's. In addition to going to McDonald's, I also get a nice short delivery. I make $5, up $4.83. Great deal. Very happy with that. I will do it again. Uber delivery people, compare yourself to drivers. You may get a Uber passenger. You have to carry people. Of course, you're going to make money when you carry more money when you carry people, but you have the risk of having to take someone far. What that means in my neighborhood is you might, and you do, get people that need to go to JFK Airport. That means you have to go to another state. Most people that are in this neighborhood are not also licensed to move people in the state of New York, in the city of New York City, so they have to come back empty. So they get someone here in my neighborhood, and now if it's a Friday rush hour, you got the Lincoln Tunnel, you got a several-hour round trip. Now compare that to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6 blocks. So Uber delivery people, if you happen to be listening, if you are delivering people, if you are an Uber driver and you are delivering people, and now you have a little bit of time and you got to make sure you don't get a JFK trip, you don't get a long trip, so you can switch to Uber Eats and only accept Uber Eats and go near McDonald's. That's my advice. This is a promotion I was under today. That's why I have boost money, because my fares were doubled because I was delivering during this time. Both my deliveries today. Again, I'm covering 3 deliveries on this presentation, but only 2 of them were today. I have a leftover one from before. This is a promotion I was under, special delivery bonus for you. If surge is greater than the guarantee, I don't really understand this paragraph. I don't think I need to, but I'm not concerned about it. I might be getting ripped off slightly, but when they basically double my fare, like here, I'm going to get, you know, $3 a boost. It's roughly doubled. So that seems okay. And that was 602. That was, yeah, here it is. So let me see if I can remember this one. Yeah, I do remember this one. This is my first one. I'm in my apartment. I turn it on, and within 15 minutes, my apartment is like here. I'm in Union City. This road right here is this river is the Hudson River. So here where I'm moving my mouse, this is the Lincoln Tunnel. So my apartment is like here where I am now. I go to a Japanese restaurant called something like Kiri Kiri, and I end up here at Alejandro's. I think I've used that name twice. I'm probably wrong. So I get $6 for doing that. Absolutely awesome. And I'm done. I'm sitting in my apartment. The thing goes off. I get my food. I go deliver the food, and I'm up $6. It's absolutely awesome. Love it. Totally cool. And that's it. And this must be the one that was left over from before, and I'm probably not going to remember it. I was here. What restaurant might that have been? This might have. I don't know what this was. So this was a week ago, and here's the financial of it. Ah, look at that. Oh, no. These are the 3 deliveries I covered today. Yeah, and this 4. So this 540 is like a week ago. So I don't even remember what it was. This was a mistake. This is a duplicate of that mistake. And this is 50th anniversary. This is a Baptista Hispania. No, Hispana. So this is an anniversary party for a neighborhood church. This was made by the cake decorator in a cafe that I go to. I'm going to do this list once again. This was, listeners, getting these Uber people is an investment of time. You got to go someplace, physically go someplace. Whenever you go someplace as an Uber person, you could be going there for money. But I'm going there just to talk to what turns out to be Julie. So this is a very high value conversation. Again, I covered Canada. You can register up there. There's just a question about currency. India, I can recruit people in India. Yes, it's supposed to be 2 miles, but I sometimes get 4. And New York City, I have to get a second Uber account. This was my list for Julie. She answered all of them very fast. So it's not that Julie wasted my time. It's just the process to get this list answered is significant investment of time. So stop screen sharing and stop presenting. It says, Ben, Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search for my site. Now, listeners, you may see me fussing with my own image here. This is where the microphone hits me when I wrap it around my ear in a natural way. And I used to have a sponge here to get rid of the sound of the air blowing over the microphone. And now it just by chance, the way the microphone's placed on the cord, the microphone is over here. So I don't get that blowing sound, and I don't think I need a sponge. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, good evening, a restful night's sleep. Ciao.